Local to global, the power of the multiplier. Why freedom scales faster together. Freedom is personal, but is never meant to be built alone. This final freedom, the power of the multiplier, is about community. It's about acceleration. It's about understanding that while individuals' growth is powerful, collective growth is exponential. Solo is a slow grind. Community is a launch pad. If the 6 freedoms are your rocket, time, health, wealth, creative, location, and travel, then community is the propulsion system that gets you off the ground. The lie of the solo entrepreneur. There's a dangerous myth in the entrepreneurial world. If you want freedom, you have to do it alone. Solo entrepreneur, do it alone. That's a lie and a myth. That belief creates isolation. Let me see here. Isolation creates overthinking. Overthinking creates burnout. Research suggests we have between 12 and 60,000 thoughts per day and make hundreds of decisions. When you try to process all of that alone, fatigue sets in. Clarity fades. Momentum slows. Now imagine something different. Imagine being surrounded by people pursuing the same freedoms. Someone strengthens your health discipline. Someone building wealth system. Someone unlocking creative genius. Someone designing location independence. Someone planning their next travel milestone. When everyone is climbing, you climb faster. Together, we're better. Walking a marathon versus driving a Ferrari. Picture a 26-mile marathon. One person walks it, another drives a Ferrari. Who finishes first? The Ferrari doesn't try harder. It has better leverage. Community is leverage. It multiplies accountability, visibility, standards, encouragement, and speed. Alone you crawl. Together you accelerate. Freedom is not just about independence. It's about intellectual interdependence. Why freedom? Why this freedom matters to me? This freedom is personal. After facing mortality, I realized something. Growth cannot stall. It must compound. And compounding happens faster in proximity to others who are committed. The journey towards the 6 freedoms is daily. It is intentional. It requires fuel. That's why I fuel my mind constantly through Growth Day, my daily mental shower. Just like you wouldn't launch a rocket without fuel, you cannot pursue freedom without constant growth input. Inside that rhythm, I practice what I call the 5 to thrive. 1, coaching input. 2, thought-provoking question. Clear daily priorities. Self-grading. self-awareness, gratitude anchoring. When you combine daily fuel with committed community, something powerful happens. You stop reacting. You start thinking. You move faster. The school community, your acceleration chamber. The school community is not just a group, it's an activation chamber. It is where vision is shared, standards are elevated, challenges are normalized, wins are celebrated. You sharpen your mind, you sharpen your soul, you sharpen your standards. And when everyone is working in the same 6 freedoms, progress compounds. You are never there, you're always becoming. Community ensures you keep becoming. The cost of not claiming this freedom: burnout, decision fatigue, isolation disguised as independence. Why carry the entire weight when you could distribute it across the team of freedom builders? The solo entrepreneurial mindset says, I've got this. I can do this by myself. The team entrepreneur mindset says, we've got this. One depletes, the other multiplies. Community growth transforms your life and it transforms others. When you surround yourself with builders, your impact extends beyond you. Your standards rise, your execution sharpens, your belief expands. My Rotary community allow me to give back and make an impact locally and globally. You begin thinking, what kind of impact do I want to make? Which freedom am I actively strengthening right now? Where am I drifting? Who around me is modeling the next level? Growth becomes contagious. The momentum becomes normal. Freedom is a daily journey. Time requires intention. Health freedom requires discipline. Wealth freedom requires systems. Creative freedom requires courage. Location freedom requires design. Travel freedom requires flexibility. None of these are one-time achievements. They're daily practices. And daily practices thrive inside of community. Reflection. Your multiplier moment. Take a pause and answer honestly. Where am I trying to build freedom? Where am I trying to build freedom alone? What has isolation cost me in energy, clarity, and speed? Who am I constantly learning from? What environment am I intentionally placing myself in? Now ask the deeper question. What would accelerate if I stop walking and start driving? One simple action. Activate your multiplier. Join the community. Select a gift. Start your journey inside an environment designed to acceleration. You do not need to grind alone. You do not need to overthink alone. You do not need to build alone. The rocket of freedom launches faster together. This is your invitation. The 6 freedoms are not just a philosophy. They are a shared mission. And your next level begins the moment you decide. Solo no more. Action changes things. Be bold, make an impact, and have fun.